Hello, my dear students. Myself, Kajal Ladkani, and I'll be teaching you General Science. Hope you all know me. Now, open your General Science textbook. In that, take out chapter first, page number 1. Also, hold a pencil. Natural resources. Now, what are natural resources? Come, let us study. Natural resources are resources that exist without actions of mankind. That means natural resources are the resources that are naturally available in nature. The resources which we get directly from the nature is known as natural resources. There are multiple definitions of natural resources. For example, sunlight, air, water, coal, petroleum, etc. We use these resources in our daily life. Okay, natural resources can be divided into two mainly parts, that is renewable and non-renewable resources. Also, some of the natural resources can never get exhausted. That exhausted means finished, such as sunlight, air, water, and soil. These are called renewable natural resources. Some natural resources like coal, petroleum, minerals, and forests are very limited and could be exhausted, that is finished soon because of overuse. These resources cannot be easily reproduced. They are called natural resources. Sunlight is a natural resource. You can see that some things in the picture are in water, some on land, and some in the sky, that is in the air. Thus, all things on the earth are associated with air, water, and land. Air, water, and land are called the earth's atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere respectively. Okay, now come. Here, atmosphere is connected with air. Hydrosphere. Hydro means water. Lithosphere. Litho means rocks, land. Okay, come. Spheres of the earth. I am sure that you have seen the picture of our planet Earth. See the picture of our Earth. It looks like one large structure, but it has many different features. But if we take the entire land surface and club it together, a separate sphere is formed called lithosphere. Similarly, the air surrounding our Earth's surface can be taken as one sphere called atmosphere. The bluish part on our Earth, which indicates water surface, it would form another surface, that is hydrosphere. And also various life forms on the earth like plants, animals, microorganisms. We humans are part of another sphere called biosphere. So, the four spheres of the earth are atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Also, air, water, and land are the factors important for sustaining the living world on the earth, and for fulfilling their basic needs, they are called natural resources. Now, come to the first topic, that is atmosphere. Now, what do you mean by atmosphere? The atmosphere might be invisible, but there is a lot going on there. The atmosphere is the outer layer that surrounds the earth. It is formed by the gases that protect the planet from outer space. Dangers like small objects flying in space, oxygen, that is an essential element for a life, is found on this layer. The atmosphere is also helps to control the temperature of planet. We would find it hard to survive without atmosphere. The difference between day and night temperature would be huge depending upon how high we get. The composition of atmosphere changes, dividing itself in 5 main layers. Now, what are the 5 layers of the atmosphere? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, and ionosphere. Now, thermosphere is not in your textbook. So come, let us study about the first layer, that is troposphere. It is the first layer of the atmosphere. It is also the one where we live in. It extends from the Earth's surface to about 12.5 miles in the sky. Our weather is found in this layer. See the picture. Water evaporates from the land to become slow rain. Balloons fly in this layer. Clouds are found in this layer. Also, weather phenomena like wind, snow, rain are here as well. Air that is much needed for the life is found in troposphere. That's why we make sure not to contaminate this. Stratosphere. The layer above the troposphere is called the stratosphere. The ozone layer is found in this sphere that protect us from the harmful rays from the sun. The top part of the stratosphere is hardest because of the layer generates a lot of heat. Airplanes, jets, aircrafts fly in. Next, mesosphere. The layer above the stratosphere is called the mesosphere. It is the coldest layer of atmosphere, about minus 130 degree Fahrenheit. It is the part where most meteors burn out. Sending rockets may go up to. Ionosphere. What is ionosphere? The layer of the atmosphere that reflect radio waves are called ionosphere. Fifth one, exosphere. It is the last layer of the atmosphere. Its temperature varies. In night, it becomes freezing cold, while in daytime, it can be very, very hot. In this layer, atoms molecules are found and satellites orbits the earth. Next, proportion of gases in the air. The air in the atmosphere around the earth contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. 6 inert gases: nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water vapor, and dust particles. The troposphere contains 80% of the total masses of gases in the air, while this proportion is about 19% in the stratosphere. Further, in the mesosphere and ionosphere, the proportion of the mass of gases goes on decreasing. Gases are not found in the exosphere and beyond. Proportion of various gases in the air. Nitrogen contains 78%, oxygen 21%, argon 0.90%, Other constituents of air 0.17%, carbon dioxide 0.03%. Now, some uses of gases in air. Nitrogen. Nitrogen helps living things to build the necessary proteins. It is useful in the production of ammonia and in airtight packaging of foodstuffs. Oxygen. Oxygen is necessary for respiration in living things. Next, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is useful for plants for producing their food. It is also used in fire extinguishers. Next, argon. Argon is used in electric bulbs. Next, helium. Helium is used for obtaining low temperature and also for generating lift in air ships. It does not catch fire. Neon. Neon is used in advertising signs, glows red, but color can be changed if mixed with other gases. In simple word, it is used in decorative lights and for street lighting. Krypton. Krypton is used in fluorescent tubes. Xenon. Xenon is used in flash photography. Now, next, ozone layer, the protective shell. The ozone layer is a thin part of Earth's atmosphere that absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet light. Can you see the ozone layer above the troposphere? There has been a rise in global temperature in recent times, right? And depletion of the ozone layer is one of these factors behind it. Now, what is ozone layer? Have you ever wondered why do your parents ask you to apply sunscreen before stepping into the sun? That's because of harmful radiation known as ultraviolet rays emitting from the sun. Too much exposure to the sun's ultraviolet rays can increase the risk of skin cancer and can severely affect the immune system. Not only that, but these rays even harm the single cell organisms. Also plants, aquatic animals, but because between the sun's ultraviolet rays and life on earth lies an invisible pale blue protective shell, we call that ozone layer. Now, the ozone layer is destroyed if chemical gases like carbon tetrachloride or the chlorofluorocarbons used in air conditioners and refrigerators mix with the air. Okay. So, 16th of September is celebrated as Ozone Protection Day all over the world to make everyone aware of the importance of ozone. Now, next topic is water. In nature, water occurs in three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. Water does not have color, taste or odor, right? कुछ smell, कुछ color नहीं रहता ना water में. Many substances readily dissolve in water. Therefore, water is a universal solvent. No living thing can survive without water. Therefore, it is said that water is life, right? See the picture below, 1.5 distribution of the water on the earth. See, water available on earth. Seas and oceans, 97%. Groundwater, 2.7%. Water available for drinking, that is fresh water, is available only 0.3%. Now next, for which purpose is water being used? Do other living things use water like we do? Yes, we all need water to live. Plants need water, animals need water, we humans need water. Water is one of our basic need. Water is an important part of our food. We also need water for us to keep us clean. We need drinking water. We need water for washing our vehicles. We need water for washing fruits, vegetables before eating or cooking them. Now, next topic is water scarcity. Okay, due to uncontrolled use of water for an increasing population, industry, farming, it is now in short supply. Water scarcity has become a serious problem. We get water from natural sources such as streams, rivers, ponds, springs, and lakes. Man also digs wells and bore wells to lift ground water. Apart from this, man has also constructed bunds and dams of various sizes on rivers. Now, always remember, use water sparingly. Block water, let it percolate. Third, store water wherever possible. Next, reuse water wherever possible. Remember, stored water does not become stale at once. Now, the next topic is land. Now, land is seen in the form of stones, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere, right? You can see that in picture also. It is hilly in some places and flat in others. All terrestrial animals, terrestrial means that existing on the earth, including man, live on land. Some terrestrial digs burrows in the ground for shelter. This means that they use land for fulfilling their needs. We also use land for farming and for building houses, roads, etc. We make use of plants and animals in the forest that grow on land. The minerals, crude oil, natural gas obtained from the earth, that is. Now let us see what exactly land is made up of. Soil is made up of 5 distinct layers. The one which we stand on is called horizon. This is the toppest layer where leaves and organic matter decompose and forms humus. This tells us how fertile the soil is. Just below there is a horizon called the topsoil, immature soil or subsoil. This is where we plant our seed so they grow to be strong and healthy plant. This is because it is rich in minerals and humus. It is soft in pores so that plants can stretch their roots easily. This is also where worms and rodents make their homes. Below this we have B horizon or subsoil. It is hard and compact, so only the roots are big and strong. Plants can reach this far down and all their hard work pays off, as this layer is rich in mineral deposit. This layer is also called as soil and small rocks. Now, next layer is sea horizon. This is the layer of weathered parent rock and has no plant or organic matter at all. And finally, we have the bedrock. This is the hardest layer and consists of unweathered parent rock which supports all layers above it, just as your parents supports you. Now, soil formation. The action of the sun, water, ice, and plants break huge pieces of rocks to form soil. This process is known as weathering of rocks. The rocks were heated by the sun and cooled by the rain. Alternate heating and cooling results in the formation of cracks in the rocks. So, when it rains over cracked rock, water enters the cracks in winter. This water freezes into the ice. Ice in the cracks of rocks expand and cause the rock to break into smaller pieces. Sometimes the roots of plants enters in the cracks of the rocks. The roots grow and require more space for themselves and so break up with the rocks. The moving water of streams, waterfalls and rivers also breaks large rocks into smaller pieces. These smaller pieces of rocks undergo various changes and finally forms soil. Soil formation is a slow process and it takes thousands of years to form a layer of soil. Humus. Humus is the layer formed on soil due to the decomposition of the dead plants and animals. It is the topmost layer of the soil. The proportion of humus in the upper layer of good fertile soil is also forests on land got buried underground due to great upheavals that took place on the earth many ages ago. After that, process of formation of fossil fuels from the remains of the living thing took place underground. Now we get fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin and other useful materials like wax. Now living things use land, water and air available on earth, and so does man. However, the portions of these resources that are actually put to use are very small as compared to the whole earth. Now look at the following table. Land is 29%. Fresh water is only 0.3% available. Oxygen is 21% available. Even in these small proportions, the resources shown in the above table are sufficient for all living things. Only it is very necessary for man to control his greed. In other words, he must use these resources judiciously with the awareness that they are meant for all other living things and not just for mankind. Hope you all have understood the chapter. Thank you.